Alright, well, I thought we're going to do my Lionsgate DVD Collection 2020 edition, but I've already requested someone for a different movie collection video for 2020. We're going to do my MGM VHS Collection 2020 edition, which is requested by Tim D. We're going to do part 1 first, in which we're going to show you the MGM UA and Orion titles. I've got 4 MGM UA clamshells, 1 MGM UA small plastic case, 12 MGM UA slipcovers, and 1 Orion clamshell. We're going to go ahead and get this started. So the first tape I have is the 1996 VHS of All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. I got this VHS from Faith Farm. A Magical Musical Treats. I already have All Dogs Go to Heaven, but it's from my MGM Home Entertainment titles. Features the voices of Charlie Sheen, Thelma Louise, and Sheena Easton. Plenty of adventure and emotion, says Philadelphia Daily News. Rated G, it's an hour and 22 minutes. Oh. And here's what the tape looks like for All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. It was put on June 22nd, 1996. Next VHS I have is the 1995 VHS of Pebble the Penguin, for the creators of Thumbwina and All Dogs Go to Heaven. I also have this movie on DVD, and I already got this VHS from Goodwill. Featuring incomparable songs of Barry Manilow and Bruce Sussman. This anime tale is a magical musical treat for all. Your kids will love it, and you will too. This is Elaine Blend, Film Advisory Board Inc. The perfect movie for the whole family, says Liz Smith Disney Adventures. Featuring the voice talents of Martin Short, James Lucy, Tim Curry, and Annie Golden. Rated G, and it's an hour and 14 minutes. And here's what the tape looks like for the Pebble and the Penguin. And it's got the print tape blocked. It's got the name tag, and it's from someone named Sebastian J. Sanchez. I don't know him. I don't know that guy. Or I don't know that person. So, next tape I have is a 1997 VHS of Tom Sawyer. I got this VHS off of eBay. Warm, bright, truthful, cheerful family entertainment, says Los Angeles Times. Starring Johnny Whittaker from Family Affair, and Celeste Holm. A wholesome treat, a family movie made as well as a family movie can be made, says Rex Reed, New York Daily News. Rated G, it's an hour and 45 minutes. And here's what the tape looks like for Tom Sawyer. And it's put on August 23rd, 1996. Even though it's a 1997 VHS. And it was based on a novel by Mark Twain. Next tape I have is the 1997 VHS of Warriors of Virtue. Prepare for an incredible journey as the adventure is about to begin. A Wonderful Charming Fantasy for Kids of All Ages is WMAG TV Chicago. Starring Angus McFadden. Excellent Family and Tennis is Paul Winder, WBAI. Rated PG is an hour and 41 minutes. And here's what it looks like for Warriors of Virtue. And it was printed on August 22nd, 1997. And that's the only small problem in the case I have for this video, and it's the it doesn't say when this VHS was released. Oh, now I know. So I think it's like the 1989 VHS of the Phantom Tollbooth, a full-length adventure. I first showed you this VHS, my VHS collection back when I started my YouTube account. Perfectly dandy and altogether engaging, says New York Times. Youngsters and grown-ups alike will delight in the wonderful topsy-turvy world of the Phantom Tollbooth, based on a book by Norton Juster. Rated G is an hour and 29 minutes. And here's what it looks like with the Phantom Tollbooth. The sticker label's ripped. It's got no print date. Next tape I have is the 1994 VHS of Blown Away, with Jeff Bridges and Tommy Lee Jones. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Got this VHS from, I think, from Faith Farm or Goodwill, or probably with my, I don't know when I got this VHS from. Devastating throw a minute, stop your heart throw. Usually one of the year's best is Jeffrey Lyons League videos in the Lions Den radio. Tommy Lee Jones is the best 1993 Best Supporting Actor from The Fugitive, and it's also starring Tested Phil edge of the seat thrower, which will hold you hostage for 120 electrifying minutes, is Louis B. Hobson, the Calgary Sun. Lloyd Bridges is from the Hot Shots movies, Forrest Whitaker from The Crying Game, and Susie Emerson, Rich in Love. Is the action film you don't want to miss is Mark McGowan, CBS This Morning. Rated R for violence in some language. And it's 2 hours and 1 minute. And here's what it looks like for Blown Away. And it's printed on May 21st, 1995. Even though it's a 1994 VHS. Next tape I have we've got the 1992 VHS of The Cutting Edge. Got to see it just from Faith Farm. When True Love Breaks the Ice. D.B. Sweeney's from 8 Men Out and Memphis Belle. Mariah Kelly's from Billy Bathgate. And Roy Daughtris is from Amadeus and The Equalizer. And Terry O'Quinn is from The Stepfather and The Rocketeer. And Paul Fleischer from The Running Man and Band of the Hand. Rated PG is an hour and 42 minutes, and here's the tip guide for The Cutting Edge. Put on August 5th, 1996. even though it's a 1992 VHS, so it's probably 4 years delayed. That'll get where it's in this tunnel, so I gotta get him out. That better? I don't want you to get stuck. Next tip I have is the 1991 VHS, The Fistful of Dollars with Clint Eastwood. I think I also have this movie on DVD. First class Western bravado, says Bosley Crowther, New York Times. Not rated, it's an hour and 42 minutes. And here's what it looks like for a Fistful of Dollars. It was put on March 6th, 1992, even though it's a 1991 VHS. The next tape I have is a 1990 VHS of Hawaii with Julie Andrews, Matt Sloan, Sawyer, and Richard Harris. Got this VHS from my dad, so I used the VHS in case I needed them. At last, the sweeping uncut epic of the Paradise Lost. Not rated, it's 3 hours and 10 minutes. Here's part 1. It was put on December 17th, 1990. And here's part 2. The print date's blocked. And now, for the next tape, which is the 1998 VHS of Hoodlum, with Lawrence Fishburne, Jeb Roth, and Vanessa Williams, and Annie Garcia. A solid movie stands up against the best gangster movies in San Francisco Examiner. I think I got this VHS from Goodwill. Rated R, it's 2 hours and 10 minutes. And here's what the tape looks like for Hoodlum. You got the Blockbuster label. And a classic gangster movie in all the best places, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. That's right. Oh, that's why I forgot to read, but now I just read it after I showed you the tape. Next tape I have is an 1996 VHS of Moonraker from the James Bond 007 collection. Got this VHS from Goodwill. Actually, I got this VHS from Faith Farm. Look after Mr. Bond. See that some harm comes to him, says the hospitality of villain Hugo Drax. The unmanageable must satisfactorily imagine, says Vincent can be the New York Times. Also, starring Michael Lonsdale and Lois Chills and Richard Kiel. As rated PG, and it's 2 hours and 7 minutes. And here's what the tape looks like for Moonraker. It was printed on May 6, 1996. Next tape I have is a 1992 VHS of Overboard with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. I got this VHS also from Goodwill. Good comedy with appealing performances by the star duo, says Leonard Maltin. It's rated PG into hour 52 minutes. And here's what the tape looks like for Overboard. Per on November 2nd, per August 20th, 1996. Eagle to 1992 VHS. And now, for the 1995 VHS of Rob Roy with Liam Neeson and Jessica Lange. To this, he has done his way up to Siskel and Ebert. One of the best films of the year since Siskel and Ebert. Also co-starring Tim Roth and Brian Cox. It's Robin Hood meets The Last of the Mohicans meets Death Wishes, Owen Glaberman and Entertainment Weekly. It's rated R, 2 hours and 19 minutes, and here's what it looks like for Rob Roy. And it's put on January 31st, 1996. Even though it's a 1995 VHS. Next up I have we've got the 1991 VHS of Thelma Louise. Somebody said to get a like, so they did. Starring with Susan Sarandon and Gina Davis. Got this VHS. I don't know where I got this VHS. I think from Goodwill. Sarandon and Davis are nothing short of the purchase to the Hollywood Reporter. Provocative, poignant, and heartbreakingly finds the LA Times reimagines the Blade film with such freshness and vigor that Nigerian seems possibly uses the New York Times. A triumphs variety. No film cheers one's argumentative spirit, stirs one's critical imagination, and awakens one's protective affection in quite the way Thelma Louise does, says Time Magazine. And it's rated R, and it's 2 hours and 9 minutes, and here's what it looks like with Thelma Louise. It was put on April 17, 2001. I wonder if it's still got, I wonder if it's the same birthday or wrong. I wonder if it's got the right or the wrong tape. And I hear Gilbert yowling. The next tape I have is the 1997 VHS of When Harry Met Sally with Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan. Romantic and funny, it's wonderful since Joel Sleek with WABC TV. Got this VHS from Bay Farm. Tender, amazing, and magnificent. An acutely perceptive and comically radiant love story since the Hollywood Reporter. Bring over his style, intelligence, and flashing wits as Rolling Stone. Southern and irresistible says Los Angeles Times. It's written by Rob Reiner for the American President. Exclusively finances Newsweek. Radar, and it's an hour and 36 minutes. And here's what the tape looks like for When Harry Met Sally. It was put on February 17th, 1999. Even though it's a 1997 VHS. And it looks like I'm not doing this in alphabetical order. Next tape I have the 1996 VHS of WarGames with Magic Broderick, Dabney, Colin, John Wood, and Ali Sheedy. I got this VHS from Fate Farm as well. 4 stars, amazing entertainment movies is Roger Ebert. Exciting entertainment movies is New York. Brilliant, funny, and provocative says New York. And it's rated PG and it's an hour and 53 minutes. So here's the typical site for WarGames from March 21st, 1997, even though it's a 1996 VHS. And anyway, that's wrap up all the MGM VHS tapes. And there's one more VHS tape that I'm about to show you, and that's from Orion. Next VHS I have is a 1980 VHS of Napoleon. We meet the pup with a notice for adventure. Got this VHS from, I think, Goodwill. A charming and delightful children's movie Australia News. Teaches valuable lessons of the New York Times. Rated G is hour and 21 minutes, so here's what the tape looks like for Napoleon. It was free on June 16th, 1998. Anyway, that's going to wrap up part 1 of my MGM VHS Collection 2020 edition. So if you liked the video, please be sure to share, subscribe, comment, and click the post notification bell. So stay tuned for part 2, in which I'm going to show you the MGM home entertainment titles. This video is now adjourned.